Alright, welcome to the channel, guys. This isn't a how-to, it is a watch me do it my way. And so anyway, I have to put this CV axle in that little hole. Can you see it? Can you see that little hole? See if we can zoom in there. Yeah. In that hole right there. Oh man. I don't reckon there's any certain way she has to go. Just make sure she's clean. It come out of a sealed package, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright. It's like I'm hitting something in there. There she goes a little bit. I wonder. Yeah, find somewhere to set this. I'm tearing nothing up. So I don't know. See that piece that's kind of looks like it's out around right here? Oh, that's no biggie. It's a rubber. It's a rubber seal. Okay, so that's not the issue. Okay. So, see these little bearings right there? Piece of junk. Okay, I hope we're recording. I was wanting you guys to see me do all this, put that axle in there, finally got it to go. I got the ball joint through, tie rod end. I'm going to have to replace this, but I'll do it later. I think it's going to be good to go for now, but I'll do it later. So for the time being, because I still got to put the hub, the wheel bearing hub on there, so I'm gonna need to be able to, get back there to tighten it up. And and then the upper ball joint goes in here, and there's a bolt that goes in there, pinch bolt, so it holds it together. Goes in this. There's a groove right there. I don't know if that you can see it, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna be working right down here. Readjust the camera. Maybe zoom in just a tad. Readjust. Yeah. You're going to see me using, I got an old time half-inch drive ratchet, but it works great. And I'm using an 1 1/16 nut, or socket rather. Okay. She's getting tight. I don't know how much farther I really need to go. I do know, I think I gotta draw it in, so, but that's good for now. I'll go, before I completely finish her up, I'll double check everything. And I'm gonna give it a whack here. Draw this in. Oh yeah, that's going much better there. It's not that one. I believe I can fly. Oh, and that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Easy does it, easy does it, easy does it. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cut you guys off. I'll be right back. Alright, now we're in the garage. If you look there on my jigsaw, there's a brake caliper bracket. It's all rusty. I'm gonna try and clean it up with my bench grinder there. It's got a wire wheel on the other side, and if I think about it, I might pick up some paint, and after I clean it up and get some of that crud off there, I'll touch it up, paint it, make it look decent. But here we go. It's gonna get noisy. Here's what I've done so far. It was rusted, and on service like this side, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit, and then this bigger rust, I'm gonna try to get some of that off of there. I gotta watch this area and that area, because I don't think that's metal right there, but I'm gonna try to clean it up pretty good. So what I was just doing, trying to make sure you're in the camera, right in here, that's where the brake caliper is going to slide as it it needs to be able to move. So on each side, so I cleaned that up so that it can move without messing anything. I don't know that I'll paint it. I might just clean it up and put it back on there. Now if you want to make it soft quick, you just grab a hold of it. I just let it wind down. I'm not in that big of a hurry. No, truthfully, I don't suggest you grabbing that while it's spinning. You might get hurt. So, it looks a little bit better than it did. So I gotta run and find some bolts, because the head of the two bolts I took out of here, they're kind of boogered up a little bit, and I'd rather not put them back in there, because sometime I'm gonna have to replace the brake pads, and I don't want to make that job more difficult than it needs to be. So I'm gonna go put this away and probably run and find some bolts, and then we'll pick back up later on. Okay, so I guess that's put up now on the skill saw there. Man, gotta learn. Move right to go left. Move left to go right. Anyway, that's a wart that keeps getting hit on stuff when I'm doing things. Maybe I'll get lucky and rip it off and it'll go away. That's what happened when I was a kid. I had warts, on several of my fingers on both hands, and me and one of my uncles, we were at this feller's house. He had an old stake bed, old farm truck looking thing, but he used it for hauling junk, scrap, and so the bolts on the on the stake bed were rusty, and my uncle said, "Hey, Gene, the old guy that we're talking about, he said, Gene said that he'd pay you to change them bolts out," and he brought over a big old pail of new bolts and give me a couple of wrenches. And so I was using wrenches, wow, and every time the bolts were so rusted they'd break, and every time one broke I'd lose a wart, so my hands were all bloody. Which was nice because the stake bed was side, so it was like new red paint, only with using blood as paint. And so I'd rip a wart off, and I know it sounds gory, but those warts went away. And it wasn't until maybe a few months ago this guy showed up, and then he's getting in the way. So I don't know where he come from, because I ain't been handling any frogs. I may have when I was a kid. Maybe that's how I got the warts I had. I don't know. But I thought about going and getting some wart removal product, but I just don't. It's been so long since I had warts. I don't really know what I need to buy, what even is available, or if maybe I should go to the hospital and have them remove it. They just charge me a bunch of money. Probably not do a very good job. Who knows? But anyways, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna, like I said, I need to run and get some bolts so I can get my truck finished. And when I get back, we'll get back to work. And y'all hang tight, and I'll see you in a little bit. Later. Okay, so I'm at a standstill with my truck because I stayed up late last night, didn't get up till late I would say this morning, but it was between 1 and 1:30 that I actually got up to get motivated for the day. And I was out here, well, after my coffee and stuff, I from about, we'll say 1:30-ish, maybe more like a quarter to 2, we'll say a quarter to 2, I was out here messing with this a little bit. From a quarter to 2 until it must have been about a quarter to 6 before I left to go try to find bolts. And so I got the new axles in, brand new CV axles in there. The new spindle is on there. I got the ball joint nut. The ball joint nut is on there. Once I get everything together, I gotta tighten it down more, and I still gotta try to get the rest of that cotter pin out of there. And on the tie rod end, I'm gonna go on and replace it. It's easy enough to do. Let me see here. There. If you look at that rubber boot, it's messed up, and there's no grease dirt on it. There probably won't be one on the new one. Not a big fan of that, but it is what it is, I reckon. And like I said, it's not that big of a deal. You put a wrench right here and hold it, and you take a wrench that's probably 19 millimeter, 3/4 inch. Same here. You know, you one wrench. You back this up just enough so that this will turn, because this acts like a lock nut. Okay, because this is screwed on there, and then that, or a lock nut or a jam nut, you call it, holds it in place. So if you back this off just enough to loosen this, right, and then as you're twisting this off, round and around and around, you count the rotations until it falls to the ground. Okay, then when you're putting it on, you count the rotations, one, whatever it was, you count it back, and then just as it gets close to your nut, you leave a little bit of space, and then you take your jam nut and you clamp it down, and you should be good. That's where we're at. I'm kind of finished up for the day. I can't do nothing else because of the bolt situation. And so after work tomorrow, I will get the bolts and or try to get the bolts if I got time, and we'll get this thing buttoned up either tomorrow or Saturday morning. Man, I can't wait. This old truck, she's a rust bucket, but she runs good, and she'll drive good when I'm done with it. So thanks for following along with me, and watch for more videos on this coming up. Thank you.